Hi, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make this slanted V-split. It's actually super easy. So first I'm going in with my Adhesive Apothecary. I'm going to link everything that I use and everything you'll need down in the description for you with discount codes. Adhesive Apothecary is curated by me and my business partner Maria, and you really don't need this much glue. I was overzealous, so just do as I say, not as I do. So I'm just going to smooth this out with my witch's broom, which is also by Adhesive Apothecary. And then I'm going in with Frost by PDB. I'd have to say that Frost is probably my favorite white glitter from PDB. It's just so subtle and so pretty. And my little helper Nani decided to make an appearance for this video. So just coat your tumbler really well. With Adhesive Apothecary, you really don't need to go in with a second coat. Even if you're using chunkies, you should just be able to get it down with one coat and it'll lay really flat in my opinion. Go ahead and shake off your excess glitter, and then you're gonna coat this with epoxy. You should only need one coat, maybe two if your epoxy is a thinner viscosity. I use DIY epoxy Speedy Petey, and it is a thicker viscosity. I'm gonna link that down below in the description with a discount code as well. I do like to clean up my rim after every coat of epoxy just so that it's easier during that final step. So I just go in with my X-Acto knife and just take off that epoxy that spilled over the rim and just clean it up. Don't be as irresponsible with your X-Acto knife as I am. Do as I say, not as I do again. Now to the really fun part. I'm taking my 12 by 12 vinyl from Alanas gift shop. This is a clear cast vinyl. So you're just going to fold it in half, cut down that line. You can actually get 2 cups out of this method. Or if you're like me, I messed up the first one, so I used both halves. So the trick here is like the piece that you cut is actually going to be, I guess, the center, and the outside parts are going to be your bottom and your straight line. This is actually the first time that I tried this. I usually do V-splits or double V-splits, but I wanted to see if I could do something different. So once I kind of get the feel for how I'm going to do it and I feel confident in how I'm going to lay it down, I fold back this little piece right here so I can do the hinge method. The hinge method just makes it easier for me when I'm putting the vinyl on so that I can avoid as many bubbles as possible. And then I eyeball this. I know people like to make their lines, but I like to eyeball it because I'm just lazy. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Okay, I'm not gonna bore you with my terrible singing. So you're going to take your little squeegee tool, mine is from Denos Tumbler Turners, and you're going to flatten that vinyl down as best as you can. The best part about this is that these are removable, so it's easy for you to lift them and flatten down any bubbles that you get. With the hinge method, you should be able to just flatten and the vinyl backing come up. But if you're struggling, just lift it up a little bit more and it should come right off. So go ahead and keep doing that. Right here, I just got frustrated with the backing and just flattened it like so. Once you do that, you're going to go in and trim that top and the bottom. If you have a trimming tool with a little razor blade, you can do that. I just use my X-Acto knife because it's what I'm used to. A little trick that I like to do is I like to cut it a little bit below the rim. That way there's room for it to, what the freak is the word? Hold on, I'm having a brain fart. For it to create a proper seal. There you go. That's what I was trying to say. And on the bottom here, I like to do the same thing. Not for the seal, but just so that I know that it lays flat and there's no wrinkling at the bottom with the vinyl. So if you don't have one of those vinyl cutting tools, what you can do is you can just put your X-Acto knife straight down on the table, and if you have a steady hand, hold that X-Acto knife still and just turn your tumbler so it cuts that bottom piece, and it does the exact same thing. This is what I like to do. So right here you'll see I just pull that off and it comes straight off really clean. Well, not all the way because I missed a spot. I didn't go the full 360. But you know what I mean, okay? It works 95% of the time if you're paying attention, unlike me. So now that your tumbler is all clean, you're just gonna inspect it for any bubbles and just pop those with your X-Acto knife if you have any, or you can flatten them out with your finger if they're at the edge like that. No need to epoxy over this. You can go straight into it with your vinyl striping. I like to go and cut a whole sheet of vinyl stripes at a time, just so that I have all these different sizes easily accessible when I need them. I had these yellows from another tumbler that I used, and it was just easy. I don't have to go and wait for my dumb Cricut to cut, you know, Cricut takes a while, okay? So I just go into the design space and I get a square and I unlock it and I do 0.25 and then I go down from there. I think I do 4 sizes, 0.25, 0.1, 0.025, something like that. So if you're like me and you do a lot of tumblers that require vinyl striping, that's a good thing to do. That way you always have them easily accessible in all different colors. There's really no right way to do this. I just lay my vinyl stripes and I wing it, honestly. So I'll let you enjoy watching me put the vinyl stripes. I'm going to play some music for a little bit so you don't have to hear me yapping, and I'll come back when I put the decal on. Okay, back to yapping. Right here I have this decal. This is also from Alanas gift shop. I already went and I cut around the decal to cut off the excess, and I'm just going to take off that backing and place the decal right on this part right here. This is a white back decal, so those colors are really going to pop over pretty much any color that you put them on. As you can see, super easy to apply. Literally took me about 2 seconds. So I'm going to go back in and apply some more vinyl stripes because I feel like this tumbler needed a little bit more pizzazz. So I'll go ahead and play some music for you while you watch this super satisfying part. I'm finishing up by cutting off the excess vinyl that's hanging over. Super tedious, but super worth it in the end. You do want to make sure that you have a nice sharp blade with this. I like to get a new blade every time I go and cut vinyl stripes, just because I don't like when the dull blades leave little indents or little lifts in the vinyl. This last part is completely optional. You don't have to line the bottom of your cups with vinyl, but I personally like lining it because I feel like on vinyl wrap tumblers, it just ties it all together. So I'm just going to finish wrapping that all around, making sure that it's straight. And after this, you're just going to epoxy like usual until smooth. 1 to 2 coats should do. Make sure that you clean up your rim in between, and your tumbler is all done. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I can't wait to see if you guys make one of these of your own. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week with another tutorial. I cannot wait for next week's tutorial. It's such a beautiful cup.